And I feel like I have to, excuse my back, but I am like standing and looking at these televisions and thinking, oh my gosh, the resolution, the hairs in that carpet, the details on what you can see up close and personal is incredible. Now, you're looking at this through your monitor, so keep in mind there is a loss of some of the clarity, but when it comes to television, Samsung, of course, leader in the industry, they brought to us today the lowest price that we've had on a new television. It's the 2025 Q7F QLED 4K smart TV with a 2-year warranty. We're offering sizes 43 inches, 50 inches, 55, 65, 75, and 85. And of course, we just have 2 samples here to show you some of the sizes. But the 5 easy pays is available across the board on all sizes. Brett Hamilton is joining us via Teams to talk about this amazing TV. And excuse my back, Brett. Wow, I had to turn around so I can look at this. Incredible.
Well, excuse the fact that I feel like I'm sitting on top of the sun. We're on vacation, but I didn't want to miss out on the opportunity to kind of.
Well, thank you for taking time out of your vacation.
Yeah. No, this is cool. In fact, I think, Jane, maybe you came up with another slogan for Samsung. Even the hairs in your carpet look real. And they would be thrilled because it is that little bit. It's that minutia. It's the stuff that you. Yeah, that you didn't know was there when you're watching on whatever you're watching now, or a TV that was 5, 10 years older.
Yeah.
So as we look at these TVs in the studio here, and you look at that picture quality, what you're seeing is what you're not seeing. It's Samsung has something called Samsung Vision AI. You've heard of smart TVs. This is a brilliant TV. This TV will actually do the work for you. So if you've got a mother-in-law like I do that calls all the time and says, with the thing on here, I'm not sure how to get to the, it'll adjust the color, it'll adjust the brightness. It will actually learn from what it is that you watch and suggest television shows for you. So it's got a brain inside. But on top of all that, you don't have to worry about making the adjustments. You don't have to worry about whether it's going to look good because of what's called this quantum dot technology. And I'm going to nerd out for 30 seconds.
Okay.
Here's why these TVs look as good as they do and the picture that you're staring at right now. There's just millions and millions of tiny little what they call nanoparticles inside here, Jane. And when the light hits them, what they do is they determine what the color should actually look like so that you see more than 1 billion different color shades. I can't name 50 colors if my life depended on it. Can you imagine billions and billions of different shades of color inside here? Now, on top of all that, on top of all the cool stuff that the TV is capable of doing, there's free TV inside. And what do I mean by that? There's something called Samsung TV Plus. And Samsung TV Plus essentially gives you, in the upper right-hand corner here, essentially gives you over 400 live channels of programming that you don't have to pay for. So it's like, I can't say cable built in, but it's the closest thing to it. The difference between your cable that you currently have and the channels that are here is that you don't pay for any of them. And it'll give you a guide, it'll give you the ability, and it'll load here, it'll give you the ability to be able to go inside here and even pick through categories. And as you can see, we've got news, we've got movies, we've got westerns and all that other good stuff. QVC is part of this, HSN is part of this. So essentially what you have is the ability to watch free TV and kind of cut back on all the expenses that we're giving to the cable companies right now. I mean, these cable bills are out of control. And if you're like me, I only watch a handful of channels. I don't watch the 1,000 channels that are in there. So definitely take the time to check out the Samsung TV Plus.
Well, I mean, what we want in our home entertainment systems is simply like exactly that whole immersive feeling that you get when you go to the theater. So whether you're watching Wicked or whether you're watching the US Open or the French Open tennis, you want to feel like you're part of the action. And I tell you, standing next to this TV, I can't tell you, you know, you can feel the goosebumps when you see these beautiful mountains as the clouds are rolling by, because you feel like you are part of the environment and part of it. It's crisp and clear 4K resolution. Of course, we know that's the future of television. So you get all of that in a 43-inch. So even if your space is smaller, you still want to feel immersed in what's happening. So 43 inches available, 50 inches available, 55, 65, 75 and 85. And here's just kind of a look at what you can see the scale of those televisions will look like in your room. So from 43, like we said, graduating all the way up. The stand is included. And Brett, the other thing is, I'm looking at the back of this thing and I'm thinking, like, where's the rest of the TV? Normally, TV this size would have, you know, so much more depth and a more, you know, substantial stand. The stand and the actual scale of this television is really slim.
Yeah, the guys at Samsung joke with me. They're like, big screen TVs are getting smaller. And I was like, what does that mean? He goes, it's not the screen itself, it's what it's housed in. Because they used to be the size of like washers and dryers when
they
big
were
screens
huge.
first came out as projection TV. Yeah, you needed to dedicate an entire wall, if not a whole section of that room to this. I do recommend, if you're going to get to some of the larger sizes, spend a few extra bucks and get a wall mount. I mean, if you're gonna invest in anything from a 65 on up, especially the 75 and the 85, what I find astounding, Jane, and I don't pay attention. I'm not involved in the pricing and the buying and all that stuff.
No,
but
I
anytime
understand.
I see a big screen, but then I see a big screen TV, an 85-inch TV, and I go, well, that's got to be $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, and that's not what you're paying today.
No.
Yet it's the #1 brand for Samsung is the #1 TV brand globally for the last 19 years. And all the time I've been at QVC, which is 17 years, I've never been able to say that any company was #1 for longer than, you know, a handful of years. So
and you know, Brett, if you were to think about this television at one of the big box stores, first of all, you can't get this in your car. This is an 85-inch television, so chances are you're not going to be able to get it in. You would have to pay what? An additional shipping to get that TV delivered.
That's right.
This is being offered today, even in the 85-inch with free shipping and handling. So once again, there's no additional cost to get this massive TV into your home. And let's think ahead. You know, I know it sounds like it's not closed, but August is the beginning of football season. And so we were just a couple of months away from wanting to be able to watch all of the college and pro football and all the other sporting activities, baseball even right now. So imagine the immersive feeling of having this kind of quality in your television. Can you unbox this for us really quickly?
Yeah, it's a very simple process. What's cool about it is not only are we going to bring it to your home so you don't have to jam it into the car, but because you have a screen, you basically turn it on and it will just walk you through the setup. The most important part is connected to the internet. It's going to run an update immediately. It's going to make it as smart as it can possibly be. But this TV will just continue to get smarter. And when I say smarter, give you more and more features and more free TV as time goes on. So I do recommend setting up a free Samsung account. It'll help the experience be even better. But for those of you that freak out about technology, this could not be any easier. It's got a really simple interface. It's got a very simple remote. And by the way, it's a solar remote. You never ever need a battery for it. And Samsung told me that since they've introduced the solar remote, they've prevented over 200 million AA batteries from ending up in landfills. So one little good thing we can do for the environment. And then on top of all of that, this is something that I can't stress enough. We were joking about the carpet, you know, and the hairs on the carpet looking more realistic. With the U.S. Open, with football, with baseball, you'll start to see those fine details. If you don't watch sports, the shows that you watch are going to look better because of the AI technology. Pardon me. And this will upscale even older shows that aren't 4K. Believe it or not, even with all these 4K TVs, most of what comes from the cable companies now doesn't get sent in 4K. Well, this will compensate for that and make all those shows and movies that they spend millions and millions of dollars on to shoot in 4K look even better than they're supposed to with the current environment, the way the cable sends the signal to your house. So you're kind of getting the upper hand and you're getting the best possible image.
The lowest price that we've had on this television, again, The largest size, which is the 85-inch, is $1,489. So how much was the last 85-inch television that you saw from Samsung in one of the big box stores? Probably thousands, plural, of dollars. And now you were able to get this one delivered to your home, free shipping and handling, for 5 payments of only $298. Your 43-inch is $389.99, 5 payments of $78. 50 inches, $429.98 with 5 payments of $86. 55-inch for $79.98, 5 payments of $96. 65-inch is $589.98 with 5 payments of $118. Your 75-inch TV is $889. 75-inch television for $889, and you can pay for it in 5 installments of $178 if that works better for you. And like we said, your large 85-inch TV is only going to cost you $298 over the course of 5 months. So now it's time for an upgrade. This is the time to do it with the lowest price we've had. This is not a name that we have to even talk about, like the brand, because like you said, Brett, this has been the #1 television brand for many years. And
19 years,
the technology just keeps getting better and better, and just like other electronics, the prices are going down a little bit. And in this current environment that we are in, to be able to get a TV this size at under $1,500, that is a big deal.
Yeah, it is. And one last thing, there's an art feature built into this. I know you guys are watching me through Teams, so you're not getting a full
Cool.
representation.
Yeah.
But I put a digital map, which in real life, in real life looks like an actual mat on there. So when the TV's not on, you can set it to your favorite classic art piece or a picture that you have on your own from your phone.
I love it. Well, the frame detail, since you mentioned that, the bezel on this is really slim. So Brett, you're really getting like corner to corner, top to bottom. Look at the full screen. There's no frame around this, so you really get a full viewing experience. Immersive television viewing, and whether it is your favorite sporting event, whether it's your favorite movie, it's going to be a game changer to watch it on this television.
Yeah, and for those of you wondering, do I have enough room in my home for a certain size TV? Here's a very simple rule. If you want to go for the big one, the 85-inch TV, the rule is 8.5 feet. 85, 8.5, 8.5 feet. 75-inch TV, 7.5 feet. So the camera that I'm talking to you from and to here, if that was the couch, I have plenty of room for this 65-inch TV. So you don't need a massive room. You don't need to hang them on the wall, although I do recommend if you're going to go for the 75 or the 85. One last thing about that, I don't know if you can see it on the TV here, but the ones in the studio, you have the choice of putting the 2 legs, the feet really close together if you don't have as much surface space for your television, or you can put them in a traditional setting, which is on the, you guys are awesome right there. There it is. So those are spread out a little bit more, but yeah, you have the ability to put them nice and tight as well as I have them here, because I've got them on a pretty tiny surface here where we're staying.
Mind-blowing viewing and immersive viewing at a phenomenal price with this big deal. Thank you for taking some time from your vacation. We hope you enjoy it, Brett.
Thank you.
All right, take care. All right, and just a reminder, we're about 20